now we're really starting. I just hit record. Ugh. This video is what happens when I start recording and I don't know what it's going to be about. I have an aversion to making zany things that have no purpose, but the doors of experimentation are open, and sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised. I got the Amazon Basics 4500 Joule 8 outlet surge protector with 6-foot cord. It's $17 and I love it. It's got a good outlet layout, clearly a copy of the best things other brands are doing, but taking advantage of their monopolistic powers to price it $5 to $10 lower until said brands are sent to the poorhouse. 4500 joules is a very high level of surge suppression. I still wouldn't keep it plugged in during a lightning storm, but the more the better. I was going to do this as a separate video and then I didn't feel like it. I also didn't feel like learning the script, which is why I'm reading it off of this right now. I am making, and this is scripted, so I'm just going to save myself the time because I'm losing the light and I'm just going to read it off the computer. I'm illustrating a point. I think we'll get to that. I was going to do this as a separate video, but then I didn't feel like it. I also didn't feel like learning the script. Am I making things overcomplicated? I think I imagined this channel being more practical and less everyday life oriented. Do I have a compulsive desire to generate unwatchable material by converging genres that I have no business converging? Is this self-sabotage? Is Corona Quarantine making me this way, or do I just naturally have bad judgment? I think I'm having an identity crisis.
Identity crisis.
It's just been me, Devin, and Greta for the past 4 months, and at this point the people I follow on YouTube are more real to me than anyone in the real world, which I am now referring to as
the shadow world.
Oh God. Okay, ready? So if I'm talking, okay, I'm good.
Shed talk.
Hey. So anyways, how's it going?
Good to be here, I guess.
Yeah. So thanks for joining me in this awful building. Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, how are you feeling about this channel? Like, are you or this show, or whatever you want to call it? Like, are you happy with it? Is it a thing that you're actually pleased to be doing?
It's one of those things where you start doing something and you just hope that things will get better. Find out when I do something, if it's, when I get it back, if it's as good as I thought it would be or not. And that's the way it is with everything. You kind of start doing it and you find out later whether or not it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's like everything takes twice as long. It's just the way it is. You can't be good at everything overnight.
If it was like easy to spot mistakes, there'd be no Hindenburg. Or at least that would be like not a metaphor for missing the obvious.
Like, do you feel like you're making progress?
You know, I'm just getting started. So, you know, who cares? I'm the only one who cares. I'm the only one who's really like, why don't you just go kill yourself? Like, that is just awful. Like, what a stupid idea that was. Most people, I think it's just, if something doesn't work, they're just like, pass.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know. If you're like really bad, then it's like, oh, look at that failure there. But hopefully I'm not that awful. The goal is to be somewhere between like pass and I guess not pass.
Yeah, you just want things to pay off.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah, you script something and you spend a bunch of time on it.
Actually, you know what? My goal, really, if you want to talk about success, my goal is succeed. Like, don't, like, oh yeah, that's good, thumbs up or whatever. However people are communicating nowadays. But I think it's not a thing that I really think of like when I'm doing something like this. I think when I'm doing something like this, I'm just thinking like, let's survive. Let's just make it through this.
And on that note, let's take a moment to watch this clip thing about going to the grocery store during a pandemic. I'm going to the grocery store. Meet you there. In a world where grocery shopping is against the law, something. Let's do this. So how much of this stuff is planned out in advance?
About 50%. I like unexpected things. I like just things that are just like out of left field.
Yeah.
Where it's like, let's try this bit, let's see if it works, and if it doesn't work, you can always cut it. There's a lot of stuff I cut. There's a lot of stuff I try. I kind of go in this balance between doing things that are spontaneous and doing things that are planned.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you really plan something out, it's like something makes it so it doesn't work. Either the performance isn't good enough or some kind of just, I don't know, bad lighting. Some kind
definitely.
of thing happens and it ends up being like, oh, I planned all that stuff and it didn't work. But at the same time, you do something spontaneous and it's like, yeah, you are able to execute it really quickly.
Is there something in here? It's awful. I know, the fucking raccoons. It's a nightmare. There's like 3 back there. You weren't here earlier. It was fucking raccoons everywhere. Oh my god. Oh man.
So anyways, you plan something out and it's like all that planning. But you do something spontaneous and you're gonna be spending more time in editing. I mean, so much more time in editing. Editing is like most of it. And so when you do stuff that's spontaneous, it's great, and it's jump cuts, and there's urgency to it, but it's not just like, oh yeah, which take felt good? You know, the third take felt good. Make a little note, the third take felt good. But when you're just doing a bunch of stuff, and it's totally random, you're jump cutting, it's like, oh my god, am I even making sense? It's, oh my god,
definitely.
How can I even remember all this stuff? It's fun. I think I tend to succeed more at spontaneous, but every once in a while, I don't, and every once in a while, I succeed at scripting things, and I want to script more things.
I know, I would love to be able to script things. I'd love to be able to prepare for things. I'd love to not just be like, hey, let's do an interview in a rusty shed. Like, that's fun. Like, yeah, who wants to do that? I'm pretty sure I got poison ivy. Just as an aside, I'm a noob at some of this stuff, like being in front of the camera. Just as an aside, I'm a noob at some of this stuff, like being in front of the camera and resisting the urge to apologize about it as often as I can. But I wanted to take this opportunity to illustrate how things can go wrong, even with pre-scripted. But I wanted to take this opportunity to illustrate how things could go wrong with pre-scripted material. I'm gonna read the script for the end of this episode and just watch how my tone changes and how I really am bad at reading things. I'm gonna go to the script at this point. When I was thinking about how to end this episode, a possum came up my stairs to the back door, so I guess this one ends with a possum. I would also like to take this opportunity to talk about motion detection lights. We've got this Hamilton Beach monstrosity that has the sensor above the hood and it has the sensor above the hood of the light fixture, but it's clearly an overhead light. If you're in the market for some 20-year-old motion detection lights, which is what this is, point to night watch. Oh, okay. Which is what this is. Don't be a fool! Exclamation point. They're garbage. You can't turn them on if they don't detect motion. So if you're going outside, you have to walk into darkness until you trigger the light on. And then you're face to face with the possum and everyone's upset. Or worse, there's a Sasquatch making growl in your backyard and you can't see the beast, which is too far away to trigger the light. You don't know how far away it is, so you can't go outside for fear of getting punched in the face before your light comes on. I guess my point is, if you're going to get motion detection light that is at your back door, you make sure you can manually turn it on if necessary. Okay, now I'm supposed to put the light in a bag and hang it up, and I don't have the prop for that, so I'm just gonna leave it right here. Okay, I didn't practice this at all, and I would definitely rewrite some of this. Strange I wrote that as a script. If I was doing it for real, but I'm doing a subpar job on purpose. That's what it says in the script I'm reading right now. I think I'm making a point about something, but I don't remember what it was. Now I have to put on my gloves. Okay, remove my chair. This is getting serious. And pull out an axe and destroy the table. I don't remember why I'm doing this, but it says it in the script, and you know, when you're reading the script, there's no time to really think about it. The end. So why do you make videos? Is it fulfilling? Is it fun? Do you like making videos?
It's the greatest thing in the world, like leading up to it, I suppose, like the idea of doing it. And I guess when you're doing it, it's good. Sometimes. When I'm not like starving. I'm starving. My God, am I starving? I'm ready to eat.
I'm hungry
But
too.
afterwards, I guess it's, I don't know. Is it ever good? Maybe it's good. I wonder, I don't know. How often do I feel good? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Oh man.
10% of the time? Do I feel good
Is this-
10%
I
of the
know.
time? At least 10% of the time I feel good.
I know 10%
Whereas
of
the
the
rest
time.
of the time
I
it's
mean,
just awful.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, like right
I
now.
never really thought about that.
Yeah, this is awful. What is this?
That's
This
the way it
isn't
is
fun.
for everyone.
No, this isn't fun.
Who are these people who are doing good 90% of the time, or nobody's doing 100% good? No one's doing 100%.
No, I'm not-
There
I'm
are
not-
no A
I'm not
pluses for
100%.
doing good. I can. Those people are fakers. Those people are
I know.
diverged.
Everybody's miserable. Ugh. I think everyone I know is miserable. I don't know anybody who's legitimately happy. Ugh, it's miserable.
Baby's asleep, time to hit the road.
So what's it like being a one-person video production unit? Are you used to it?
I guess I'm used to it. A lot of times I'll do stuff and I can't see myself, and it's actually a benefit to not be able to see yourself because you're always checking yourself and you're always looking to the left.
I know. Tell me
And
about
it's
it.
distracting, and it just doesn't make it real. I think to just be like, okay, I trust that this shot's framed up and to just do it is actually easier. So most of my cameras, I can't flip around the screen and see myself. So sometimes it makes these shots where I'm like cut off, and sometimes you got to go and be, okay, I got to be fine with it. And sometimes you're like, no, I'm going to redo that. That's stupid. Like the top of my head's cut off. Like, let me redo this. And I end up redoing a lot more stuff than I
Yeah, I know what that's about.
thought I would have been doing. This was supposed to be fast. I just have this, I can't resist. I can't resist like being like, oh, well, you take the weakest thing and make it better. But then you go through all that and you realize like, oh my God, the whole thing's weak. So it's like, is there really a benefit to nitpicking it that much? I'm not really sure.
This will definitely be a lesson in something.
So yeah, is there any more questions?
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
No?
I think I'm
You
ready
gotta
to go home.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I guess this was fun.
Oh,
no, was this a good interview?
well, I
Was
think
this, like,
I
a
think we're
idea?
good. It's been.
It was? Okay.
I don't know, decent.
Okay.
Let's hope this comes
Yep.
out good. Oh, we'll go. That's editing. Now I gotta edit this. This is
No.
this one's gonna be a beast. I think. I hope it comes together good, but I have a feeling it's gonna be
Okay.
very difficult to track. Sure, it's if I had me, my friend. Oh,